What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new news video. Today what I have for you guys is we got three major topics to cover. The first one being Season 3 Reloaded. We're also going to be talking about VERDANSK Returning, and then we are also going to be talking about movement updates and patch notes and things like that. If you find the video informative, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date on all Call of Duty news. And also check out my last videos. Yesterday we talked about free multiplayer access and triple XP week. If you don't know the details, check that out. And then the video before that, we covered a brand new Resurgence map called Vondo that actually ended up leaking in the files. Before we get into today's topic, a quick word from our sponsor, Messy Modding Store. It's a store that provides any and all Call of Duty services, such as Orion Camo, AFK lobbies, boosting services. They can even get you exclusive operators and bundles such as the Nuke Operator, the Burger King, as well as the Ghillie outfit. For the most reliable and swift Call of Duty services, check out Messy Modding. The link will be down in the description. So before the Season 3 update, there was a dev call with content creators, and the devs told content creators that we were going to be seeing some movement changes. Now, what they said was that we were going to be seeing movement changes when it came to dolphin diving and to sliding. They were going to speed that up. They were going to also shorten the recovery time, so that way it would be more valid and more usable while you are engaging in gunfights, because as of right now, people don't really use them as often because they end up getting you killed. So when Season 3 ended up arriving, they did do these changes, but no one expected them to do them in such a way that it didn't make a difference at all. Like, for example, they barely ended up speeding it up by like 0.5%. And in regards to the movement, there really wasn't a difference compared to the last update. Obviously, if you put them side by side, you can see it's a little bit faster, but when you're actually in the game, you don't really feel much of a difference, and it didn't really help in the slightest. So a lot of people gave negative feedback regarding that, and trust me, they ended up seeing it, because what happened next is they actually ended up doing a survey. So they did this big survey and they've sent it out to people. Some of you may have gotten it as well. If you do check your emails, check it, see it, you may have gotten the survey. But they basically asked you about the speeds of every single aspect in the game. So as you see here from Modern Warzone, he said Call of Duty has been sending out surveys asking players for their thoughts on movement in Modern Warfare 2 Warzone 2. They asked for feedback on speeds of the following mechanics and features. So it goes through sliding speed, transition time, which is the newest update that they did. Then they did mantling, climbing, sprint to fire, strafing, shooting while jumping, after jumping, stance transition, walk-in, sprint, tactical sprint, crouch movement, swimming, ADS, pro movement, dolphin dive. Basically every single thing in the game regarding to movement and the speed of it, they ended up doing a survey about. Now, the last time they did a survey, from what I recall, they ended up asking about the health in Warzone. Did you feel like the time to kill was too fast? Based on the feedback where everyone said yes, it was too fast, the health is not enough, what they ended up doing is doing that update where you started off with 4 plates rather than 2, so now you don't have like half the health anymore. Now, the thing is, it's very obvious the movement is slow, the terms of speed and everything is pretty much too slow, but they are not going to take the feedback of people complaining over on Twitter. They've seen everyone complaining over on Twitter and complaining on Reddit and things like that, but what they want to do is directly ask the casual players. If you guys don't know, the casual players make up the entire percentage for Call of Duty. So content creators, pros, they're not really as worried about. They're more worried about the casual player base, which it makes the majority of the game. So what they're doing is they're sending out these guys surveys, because these guys might not be on Twitter advocating for more movement, because they are casual players after all. So what way could they ask and get their opinion is by doing these surveys, emailing them and asking them. So with the way the Season 3 feedback came out, especially regarding how we got so much brand new content, people did not care about that content when the movement was still as dry as it was. A lot of people were upset, and in my opinion, I definitely feel like this will result in big changes, and they could happen as early as the Season 3 Reloaded update. If they're doing these surveys now, you definitely know that in Season 3 Reloaded, they're probably going to start doing more changes. This is definitely one of the biggest issues that we are facing right now. If the mechanics are slightly similar to at least Warzone 1, then that would make people a lot more happy, because what people really wanted was to keep the same mechanics from Warzone 1, and then at the same time have brand new content, so new maps coming in, different content, fresh content coming in, so keeping the game fresh, but all at the same time not completely making it feel like a brand new game. But what are your thoughts and opinions on movement? What are your thoughts and opinions on the game, the current state of it? What changes would you want implemented to make the game a better experience for you? But anyways, the next topic I want to go over is a potential rumor of VERDANSK returning. So apparently, according to T Grizzly, he went on a podcast and he said that VERDANSK was going to be making a return. Now, before we dive deeper into this and get into the details, let me go ahead and roll the clip for you.
Would you actually pay to get your Verdansk back? Like, cause
I just play Verdansk.
How?
I signed the NDA, so I can't talk.
Hey, yo! Hold on.
I just play Verdansk, bro.
On console?
No.
Not on your phone?
No, not on my phone.
On PC? No way. If they bring that shit back.
Hold on. This is all I can show you. I can show you this. I can only show you.
So as you saw from this clip, he said he signed an NDA and that he was able to play Verdansk. You guys know how usually they do bring in big creators to test stuff early. For example, FaZe Dirty, he ended up coming in and he got to test the intervention way before the release of Season 3. And obviously, since he didn't say anything, we never knew about it until the day that it happened. So they do this often with creators where they have them test things early and just to get their opinions on it and see how it works from their point of view. So there is a very likely chance that this is real and what he said is true. Then there's also the chance that it could be a troll. Maybe he's not that serious. Maybe he could have been on an emulator just testing out COD Mobile, but they decided to put on an emulator for PC so that way he can have a better experience. So they don't want to obviously ruin his experience by having him play on a mobile phone, but they just wanted him to test out the actual map itself, so they ended up doing an emulator. That is also a potential option, but the thing is, I do believe him for the reason that they didn't show it in the clip, but he ends up showing something on his phone to the podcast host, which was supposed to be proof that he actually ended up playing Verdansk on PC. Now, the thing is, we didn't really ever see what was on the phone, so we don't know. But if what he's saying is true, then we could potentially be seeing that map making a return. The real question is, with the state of Warzone right now, do we even want to see this map making a return? It's going to be a completely different experience with the way that we have the movement, the way that the mechanics are as of right now, the looting system and everything going on. Everything is going to be completely different, and it might not be as fun as you remember it, to be honest with you. So it's not even going to be a good experience if they bring it back in this current state. So I personally feel like if they do bring that back, maybe bring it back after you fix the game in terms of servers. You've made the movement adjustments that are needed. You've adjusted the time to kill. There's so many different issues and flaws as of right now that need to be fixed before they can introduce something as big as that. Now, another reason why there's a potential chance that it doesn't come in is that the nostalgia and the hype for Verdansk is basically the selling point for Warzone Mobile. That's how they're trying to get people to download the game. That's how they're trying to get people to play that. If they end up bringing Verdansk on console for free and all that, then no one will really download Warzone Mobile, because who's going to play Warzone Mobile Verdansk when it's available on Warzone 2, right? So it wouldn't really make sense for them to bring it back just now. Obviously, when it does release, this Warzone Mobile set to release around May 15th, around that time. So obviously, maybe as time goes on, they could bring it back for a limited time. And I feel like with a limited time, them bringing it back, that could really shoot up the player base for maybe, even if it's a limited time, it could shoot up the player base and get people to play the game. As you know, right now, they're doing everything that they can to bring the player base back, because they've done free multiplayer access. This is the first time we've gotten free multiplayer access for an entire week. Usually they do it for like the weekend, and then after the weekend it's over, but they're doing this time for an entire week. They're bringing in all the content that we ended up getting with Season 3. They're bringing it for the free access, guys. They're also bringing in triple XP weekend. They're doing all this, in my opinion, because of XDefiant. Everyone right now is playing XDefiant. And when you look over on Twitch, people are viewing it more than they're viewing both Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone combined. So it really tells you something. It tells you that people don't even want to watch Warzone, let alone play it. So they're over there on XDefiant. So what Call of Duty is trying to do is trying to bring everyone back. Now, if they want to bring everyone back, obviously they need to fix the issues at hand instead of doing these little events that only last for like a weekend or for a week and then people just leave again. So I really do hope they listen and some of these changes are brought into the game by Season 3 Reloaded. But anyways, that's all that I got for you guys in today's video. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Do you think that these movement changes are going to happen in the Season 3 Reloaded update? And what are some changes that you want to see for yourself to bring you back into the game or to let you enjoy the game more? But anyways, it's been your boy Chinzo. Hopefully I'll be seeing you guys again. Peace.